crackdown on Lal Batti's VVIP culture gets a huge setback as PM calls for end to red beacons. Most BJP-ruled states comply. CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan, EPS, remove their beacons. But Neta's brazenness knows no bounds. Yogi's MLA holds a toll plaza hostage as he refuses to pay toll. Can the PM's crackdown end VVIP culture in India? Hello and welcome. You're watching India Today. It's time for To The Point. I am Anjana Kashyap, and what we're debating tonight is a day after PM Modi cracked down on Lal Battis across the nation, saying every Indian is a VVIP. Now, Netas stand divided. While BJP-ruled states have welcomed the move, a BJP MLA in Uttar Pradesh kicked up a storm at a toll plaza, refusing to pay toll, clearly high on power. This even as Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah refuses to take to the anti-Lal Batti diktat. Take a look at how PM's new rule has served a blow to high-handed netas.
Prime Minister Modi's big crackdown on high-handed netas. In one fell swoop, Modi cracked down on VVIP culture's biggest symbol, the Lal Batti. So no more red beacons, netas have to live the Aam Aadmi life. While a number of BJP-ruled states immediately embraced Modi's big crackdown, non-BJP states like Tamil Nadu, Odisha and Arunachal Pradesh too were forthcoming. But others weren't so happy.
No, I do not know the decision, what is written in the decision. I will look into the decision, afterwards I will react.
This symbolism of removing a backlight or a top light or a beacon is pretty farcical, I think.
As netas stood divided, Uttar Pradesh's BJP MLA Mahendra Singh seemed not only unaware of the Prime Minister's anti-VVIP crackdown, but flouted all laws at a toll booth on the Moradabad-Bareilly highway, demanding that his whole convoy be allowed to pass without paying a single rupee as toll.
वो जीत पे हम आवता थे, थोड़े गुस्से में थे और उसी के चलते कुछ हमारे स्टाफ पे मार पिटाई के कुछ केस हुआ है.
As the Prime Minister comes cracking, netas remain unrelenting, from immediate fans to grudging critics to out-and-out mockers. Will the Prime Minister's move survive the wrath of these high-handed netas with VVIP privileges? Bureau Report, India Today.
Debating with me on this are Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have Shama Mohammed, spokesperson from the Congress Party. We have Pawan Kumar Verma, national General Secretary from JDU, and Raghav Chadha, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. First of all, I want to come to you, Shama Mohammed. My question to you is, how embarrassed is the Congress Party? For decades, look at the countries. In UK, you have 84 VIPs. In countries like the USA, you have 252. And in India, we have 5,79,092 VIPs, thanks to you, because of the decades of Congress rule in this country. How embarrassed are you that PM Modi came in and with this cabinet note, he is ending this red beacon VIP culture that you forced on this nation?
First and foremost, we are very happy that PM Modi has taken this decision and the red beacon is gone. But having said that, we know that there was a Supreme Court judgment in December 2013 when they said that red beacons have to go. Yeah. So my question is, why wait 3 years, 3.5 years for that? You should have enacted it much earlier. We could have done it. We started it, but let me finish. We lost power in 2014. So all these things, one thing is red beacon is a symbolic thing. Just to say that, wait, let me finish. The VIP culture is going.
Let me come in. Let me come in. What held your hands, or rather what tied your hands between 2004 and 2014 when you were in power. You were waiting for the Supreme Court of this country to force it upon you, and then only could you think about it.
You have to understand, we are an evolving democracy. All these things are for empowering people. We've brought in the Right to Information Act, which is being diluted by the Bharatiya Janata Party right now. We didn't take a blowhorn and said, listen, we have got you the RTI Act. That has empowered people. So there are various things we have brought in. There are a number of things we have brought in out here from the Lokpal and Lokayukta. We have enacted the Lokpal and the Lokayukta. Why has Lokpal not been... Where is the Lokpal? Why it's not been appointed right now?
Are you embarrassed today?
We are not embarrassed. We have also said that we welcome it. And when the Supreme Court judgment came out in December, we were the first ones. We started initiating the process. And we were wondering, why did it take the PM 3.5 years? So we are thankful that he's done this.
70 years versus 3.5 years.
So who was there
PM?
also the 2004
or 10 years by the
98 to 2004, it was not us. So you can't, it's not about credit.
Answer that, Sambit Patra.
It's not about credit
Answer that, Sambit Patra. And also along with that, I want to show you some visuals with which I want to begin my question. My question to you begins after I show you these visuals. BJP MLA Mahendra Yadav. He slaps a toll plaza employee in Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh because he thinks it's his birthright to go across. You know, red batti in this country actually works miracles. You can just fly through these toll plazas. You get these flying salutes from people or duty officers all around. Or even better, traffic. You can just drive through because you are a VVIP. This mental red batti that your netas have, how is that going to go? And also a yogi minister, Mr. Pachauri, today actually called out a otherwise able man in a very bad and abusive way. Do you have any answer to this, Sambit Patra? You can remove the red beacon, but what about the red beacon in the minds of your netas?
First, Anjana, you're absolutely right. I should not be defending someone which is wrong, something which is wrong and something which is indefensible. And I'm absolutely in agreement with your emotions that ministers should, in fact, choose their words wisely and with great deal of wisdom before they throw these words on anyone. I'm not going to defend any one of them. As far as the important issue of VVIP culture and the removal of the red beacon is concerned, I would say red beacon is just not symbolism, because red beacon was a visible expression of egos that every neta carried. And in fact, as you rightly pointed out, the netas felt they could zoom across toll plaza, they could zoom across the roads, and that system has been brought to a halt.
No, but this ultimate sacrifice that you're portraying it as eventually began with the Aam Aadmi Party. Are you ready to give credit to them? Because in Ram Leela Maidan, people gathered in thousands at that time and said that we don't want this VVIP culture. So this verdict that actually people of India pushed down the throat of the Congress party was not just against corruption, but VVIP culture also, Mr. Patra.
See, as far as the VVIP culture is concerned, right, it had to go. In 2013, the Supreme Court of the country had spoken about it, and well, yes, for the 3 years, we had referred the matter to the Cabinet Secretary. We had meetings with almost every state and every stakeholder, and that's the reason as to why the 3 years. And I think I have answered the question of the Congress spokesperson. As far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, I did not want to draw myself into a battle with the Aam Aadmi Party, but classically speaking, the Aam Aadmi Party, their leaders are VVIPs draped in false clothing of Aam Aadmi or common man. Who is a common man? Have you ever heard of a common man who gulps down a thali worth 16,000 rupees? Have you ever heard of a common man who in fact caters to his own needs, his own legal fees by drawing money from the pockets of... Don't laugh, sir. This is not a laughing matter. This is not a joke. You have gobbled up food worth 16,000 rupees of poor Dilliwalas. And you would respond, let me complete. The bigger issue over here is they are such people who always said that they did not want anything. They did not want bungalows. They did not want gadis. Remember that broken Wagoner? And today, from we want nothing to we will snatch everything. That is the story of Aam Aadmi Party.
Let me come in, Sambit. Let me come in. Okay, I have your questions. And before you answer just those questions, Raghav, I have bigger questions for you, because we are talking about the red batti culture inside the minds. I remember those visuals of Somnath Bharti actually barging into AIIMS in the middle of the night and demanding, and it's not been just one incident. There have been many such incidents where your ministers, your MLAs have actually taken law into their hands. how does this red batti culture then go from the minds? And also the questions on 16,000 ki thali and samosa, courtesy Sambit Patra.
Okay.
No, courtesy Delhi
as far
people.
As the question,
Okay.
Yes. First of all, as far as the decision taken by the Prime Minister, may I just complete? As far as the decision taken by the Honorable Prime Minister that is banning the red beacon is concerned, it's a welcome step. All of us welcome it, appreciate it, and it is certainly a good beginning in the direction of ending the VVIP culture that is so entrenched in the political system of India. Let me also say this, that imitation is the best form of flattery. I repeat, imitation is the best form of flattery. It was Arvind Kejriwal's 49-day government and the first cabinet meeting of Arvind Kejriwal as the chief minister, in which he passed an order and the cabinet took a decision that no Delhi government minister and no Delhi government bureaucrat will ever have a red beacon on its car.
How could you not take this credit before answering my serious question on Lal Batti in the mind?
May I just complete? You have asked 4 questions. You have asked 4 questions. Let me complete at least. Let me answer those questions that you've asked. Number 2, as far as your question regarding Somnath Bharti ji and our MLAs are concerned, yes, certain frivolous, malicious, absolutely false cases were framed against our MLAs, and each of those cases of using either the police authorities or any other authority have been quashed by the courts, and the courts have reprimanded the BJP-led union government and the BJP-led Delhi police for framing our MLAs in absolutely malicious way just to take political benefits, to reap political benefits.
How about the same thing that the BJP and the Congress netas say?
As far as the allegations, the so-called statements of Sambit Patra are concerned about the legal fee and so on and so forth, I think all of that have been explained by the party very well. There is no such 6,000 ka thali or 16,000 ka thali. It's a concoction of the BJP. It appears in the minds of the BJP.
Naturally, it is not there in the external. It is inside the
BJP.
It's inside the belly, sir. It's not
just around the corner. Let me concentrate on the larger point of VVIP culture rather than getting bogged down into this political debate, because it is a good beginning. Please understand, red beacon is perhaps the most visible manifestation of the VVIP culture. It is not the only manifestation of VVIP culture. You want to applaud Modi? VVIP culture runs deep.
You want to applaud Modi for this decision?
Whether it's needless security, whether it's convoy sizes, whether it's toll plaza, whether it's the VVIP racism that happens at airports, where these MPs and MLAs want special escorts and special services, or whether it's entitlement in form of railway reservations and A-ticket reservations. I think each one of them caters to the sense of entitlements that all these netas have. All these things must also be done away with. Certainly the red beacon ban is a welcome step.
Yeah. So great that you're applauding Modi and Modi's decision. But Shama has a question for you, Sambit Patra. Shama,
Dr. Patra, this red beacon, removing it, is it going to stop, are the Prime Minister, even though red beacon is not going to be there, but are they going to stop traffic? That's the most important thing. It should not just be a symbolic gesture. And since the PM is doing all this to, this is kind of empowering the people, why haven't you yet put a Lokpal till now? What is stopping you when it has been enacted by the Congress party in 2014? Why have you? What has happened to our Whistleblowers Act?
This is interesting coming from a Congress spokesperson.
Why has it been stalled? We have enacted these. RTI has been diluted.
This is interesting.
Act has been diluted. So what is happening to RTI? More than 500 words you have to pay. Where is the Lokpal? And also I should remind you, Dr. Patra, how Prime Minister Modi stalled from 2003 to 2006.
It is not a monologue,
Justice Soni from becoming the Lokayukta in Gujarat.
From
2006, Justice Vyas from becoming in 2011.
Anjana, what are we discussing about? I've forgotten the topic now. Gujarat, whistleblowers bill, RTI, Lokayukta. What is the topic of the debate?
VVIP culture is a raw nerve with the Congress party, and that is why, Shama, you want to take the topic to another discussion.
We don't. Captain Amrinder Singh started it.
Yeah,
just now. So you can't say the Congress party.
It took decades. It took decades for you to realize, and that too by a state government, that this is important and the country.
So the question is over. Can I answer that?
Wanted. Please answer that.
No, first and foremost, when Shamaji says that, well, what the Prime Minister will do as far as the convoy is concerned, as far as blocking the traffic is concerned, let me tell you what did not happen in the past 70 years will gradually begin happening and has already begun happening. Remember, only last week when the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, went to fetch the Bangladesh's Prime Minister, he went for the first time in Indian history, a Prime Minister without a cavalcade, simply travelling without the traffic stopping.
But that's an exception, Sambit, isn't it?
It's not always, Dr. Park.
That's
an exception.
That is how drama things.
Can I please complete?
Oh, when he does it, then it's drama. Interesting, Shama. You have done this all your.
When we do it, it is
all
drama.
through your rule.
No, we have all. That's why we started.
I'll tell you what drama is. I'll enumerate a few dramas also.
Initiated it.
I'll enumerate a few dramas also, Shama. Let's not speak.
Okay, answer that.
You have initiated everything. I agree with you that the universe was initiated by the Gandhi family. If the Gandhi family would not have been there, then you and me would not have been in this universe. Now coming to the topic proper, Raghav Chadha, remember, we have, when we...
Now the universe is shifted from Bharatiya Janata Party being a cadre-based party.
That's an honest spokesperson of the Congress party.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm talking about your party. I'm talking about your party. In yours, it used to be Bharatiya Janata Party. But now it's only two people.
Sarcasm versus honesty. Let's go ahead.
Don't point fingers at us. We are a democratic party, so don't point fingers.
Yes. Is this exception going to become a rule? Will we see less traffic jams and blockades just because some VIP has to cross from some street?
This is going to become a regular feature gradually in the years to come, because we have seen as to how it's not one instance or number of instances Mr. Modi has done what has never been done in the previous years. Remember when the Australian Prime Minister was over here, he took him along with him in the metro. He did not in fact block any roads to the Akshardham temple. So that was a new beginning. The metro was not stopped. The people were there. Normal people were traveling. So in fact it is a new kind of example that the Prime Minister has said. But to my dear friend Raghav Chadha, when he says that there is no VVIP culture in the Aam Aadmi Party, let me just have a comparison over here. When Mr. Modi came to power, he in fact gave out a circular saying that no minister of ours will travel in a first class or a business class in airplanes. But remember, Raghav Chadha, you also travel business class along with Mr. Arvind Kejriwal when you went on Exchequer's money to Rome to the coronation ceremony of
when did I respond to that, Raghav Chadha?
When did I go?
What ha?
What rubbish?
No, you were probably in Rome.
And
no, you had also gone for the coronation of Mother Teresa.
No, but I was witness. Raghav, it's interesting that I was witness to the flight where Arvind Kejriwal and Satyen Jain actually took a business class seat.
May I just...
Yes, remember. So maybe not you, but Satyendra Jain was there. Arvind Kejriwal took a business class to the coronation on the money,
my sources of income and my travels. I can certainly show my bank statement. Sambit, let me complete. Sambit, let me complete. Do not verbal heckle me now. Anjana, is this a BJP show?
Okay, Sambit, let him respond. You've asked a question. Sambit, you've asked a question. Let him respond. Raghav, go ahead.
I mean, it appears that there are two BJP spokespersons on the panel.
That's an accusation you make on media every time a tough question is put towards you. And so, Raghav Chadha, I will let that accusation just go here and there, because I think there are bigger questions in front of this country. You need to respond to that very valid question.
You are not letting me speak. Please let me complete. First of all, as far as my travels are concerned, I can show you my bank statements that I travelled in an economy class ticket with my own money to Rome. It was a personal trip with my own money.
No, we're talking about Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and Satyen Jain.
Or by the union government, and I, by the grace of God, had some funds to buy my own ticket. Number one. Number two.
And by the grace of Delhi Wala, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has
Sambit, let him complete, because now we managed to get through Pawan's...
that whether Ms. Sushma Swaraj, the Minister of External Affairs, travelled in first class or not. The Minister of
so there's no difference between you and the BJP and the Congress party. That's precisely the point.
Travelled in first class.
That's precisely the point. There's no difference between you, the BJP and the Congress. I'm stopping both of you. I'm stopping both of you. Pawan Verma ji. Pawan ji,
lies of the BJP.
Can we just both of you, there's a special request, can you please, because we couldn't get through Mr. Pawan Verma for a very long time. There was some audio problem. Pawan ji, we've got you through now. My first question to you is, Why did the JDU minister, Mr. Vijendra Yadav, say that we are not under Modi rule, so we don't have to listen to him? Why are you so upset at a decision taken in favor of the public of this country for a democracy, because people in this country are sick of this VIP culture with a red beacon flashed on our faces day and night?
Anjana ji, now that you've come to me last after all the acrimony,
sorry sir, there was some audio
your
problem.
Other panelists, I'd be grateful if you grant me a minute or two to reply.
Please go ahead.
Now, very briefly, let me make the situation absolutely clear. The reaction of the minister was not a reaction on behalf of the government. He was merely making a completely valid point that given the constitution, some decisions of the center are not applicable to the state. But that being said, let me say as the national spokesman of my party, that we welcome the move, and in fact we welcome any move which is a step forward in reducing the level of VVIP culture in this country. Let me make my second point. I think, Anjana ji, your aim here in your discussion is to ensure that political parties in some kind of competitive spiral continue to point fingers at each other. Whereas the discussion should really be that all political parties and all political leaders are in the dock on their question of their susceptibility to VVIP culture, and can we collectively try and put an end to this. It's not about one party or the other. Every party that
very important point made there, sir.
A finger pointed at it. And I want to make a third point.
Okay.
And I want to make a third point, because please do have patience, because I want to elevate this debate to a little more substantive level instead of just pointing fingers at each other. The fact of the matter is that we are a deeply ingrained hierarchical society. And the first momentum in a hierarchical society is for people to show that we are one notch above you, or to prove that you are one notch below me. When this happens, and this is not a matter since 1947. This is a matter for hundreds of years.
Very important point made, sir, but I'm afraid we'll have to leave it there because we're running short of time. A big thank you to all of you for joining me on To The Point. This is a very important and valid point. This VVIP culture has to end from the mind. This elitism that the netas have always derived has finally come to an end in this country, but 7 decades it's taken for this country to just get rid of the red beacon on the car. How many years more to get it out of the mind? These very netas come to you saying, we'll serve you after you vote for us. And then they flash the red beacon on your face. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching India Today.